Greetings everyone, and a huge thank you to everyone following the series so far. A thank you to all of those who are leaving likes and comments on the videos. I really do enjoy making these videos for you guys, but it's wonderful to know you guys are enjoying watching them too. Now, Alfred is planning another grand tour, an actual one this time, so if you would like Alfred to pay a visit to your county and lay his blessings upon you, then make sure you continue to follow and like the videos. Alfred promises me there will be no cock-ups this time, he pinky swears it. Without further delay, let's continue. You enter through the large carved wooden doors of the church in Winchester. You're met with a warm, welcoming gaze from Bishop Elfsiege. Sadness fills your heart as you come to say your final farewells to your friends lost in battle, Bjornrik of Bjorning and Ethelwulf the Lowborn. Our dear brothers of Wessex, may you finally be at peace. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that intro really tugged the old heartstrings. We had to use a full box of tissues just to get through it. It really was heartfelt, as I'm sure you guys can tell. Now, hopefully you guys can remember Bjornrik. Hopefully he didn't injure any of you guys, and you've all got fond and loving memories of him. And Ethelwulf as well. We really are gonna miss you guys, we really are. Now, Alfred says that he's unable to come and meet us just yet. He is still in church saying a few final prayers and farewells. Alfred is obviously devastated. Now, Alfred has asked me to catch up with you guys just so you know the current situation. Now, first on the list, of course, it's Devon. Yes, Devon. Now, as you know, we recently conquered Devon and they all hate us, get over it, and they just don't understand why. We've all got majestic beards and we just don't see what the problem is. However, there is a problem, and our attempts to oppress the Cornish by forcing beards on everyone and forcing them to learn our language have failed miserably. So we're going to have to think of something else and some other way of oppressing them. Yeah. Now, Alfred has asked me just to give you guys a quick shout and say, look, if there's any of you noble travellers that are Cornish or from Devon and you sat there thinking, hang on, Alfred doesn't like us? Of course Alfred likes you. You guys are majestic. Alfred loves all of you guys. All of you guys are Alfred's children. He loves you all. Of course he does. So there we go. However, if any of you guys are supporters of Dumnath, then you will be captured and you're going to get thrown into Ireland, where you'll have to spend day and night listening to this guy talking about how we chopped his leg off. Now that sounds very miserable, so may that be a warning to you, fellow travellers. Other than that, things are going pretty well. Of course, the Angle Vikings over here got defeated. Old Heinstein got absolutely wrecked. Now, we can't take all the credit. Of course, Mercia, the beardless Berkrud, really did help us out here. Now, we can't even stress, we couldn't have done it without Berkrud. Berkrud, you truly are a friend of Wessex, and baby Jesus loves you. We will also help you get Lindsay back, of course. You don't even need to ask. That is no problem at all. Now, we do have East Angle back, and I know one of you fellow travellers has said, well, why don't we give it back to Edmund? That is not a bad idea, sir, and Alfred has taken that on flight. Now, however, we do know Alfred hates Edmund. However, Alfred maybe has been a little bit too harsh. I mean, that was a pretty big Viking army that absolutely wrecked Edmund back there. So, maybe. On that note, we will send out some flies and some leaflets and some messengers and see if we can't find Edmund. Now, if Edmund decides that he doesn't want his kingdom back and he's quite happy in his smelly, dirty, gout-ridden pigsty in France, then there's not really much we can do about that, and we're just going to have to continue to hate Edmund. So, that is that. In other news, of course, Alfred is still in church. I did hear him mention while we was in there that he is planning a pilgrimage. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little wait. As soon as Alfred gets back from church, I think we may be going on a pilgrimage. Now, I can't be 100% sure because Alfred was a bit vague. Obviously, he was very distraught. I do believe it will be in Canterbury. So we'll wait for Alfred to get back and we'll see exactly what he says. After a short wait, Alfred appears outside the church. With a grieving heart and a sadness in his voice, he begins to tell you of his planned pilgrimage for his beloved fallen friends. You place a caring hand on his shoulder as you both head back towards Winchester. Greetings, noble traveller. I really appreciate the warm, caring gestures there. I'm sure you guys are grieving as well. They were your friends. It is a great loss to all of us. It really, truly is. And out of respect, we are going to go on a lovely reflecting pilgrimage. Now, where are we going to go on a pilgrimage? We're going to go to Canterbury, and I know what you're all thinking, well, that's not very far, Alfred. No, it's not very far, but we're going on a nice, relaxing pilgrimage. We're not going exploring France and then going all the way to Italy and getting lost and ending up in Africa, getting chased by a bunch of lions and it not being very fun or reflecting or it just being a complete and utter disaster. No, it's going to be a nice, calming pilgrimage to Canterbury. So, unfortunately, now this is probably going to bring back some tears, guys, but our caravan master was one of our fallen, beloved friends. Now, we've had a quick look, and there are no caravan masters that even come close to being a good caravan master. So we're going to have to do this Kent pilgrimage without a caravan master. It's not too far. We shouldn't need a caravan master. We're in no great rush. So let's have a quick look. Now, of course, pilgrimage. This is going to be a chance for us to go on a journey which may be filled with both opportunity and peril. Don't understand why there should be peril. We are still in our own kingdom and we are Alfred. Alfred is king. But upon reaching our destination, we will earn piety and maybe some other rewards. Well, we don't care about the piety and we don't care about the rewards. This is going to be a chance for us to reflect and think of the memories of our dear friends. It's going to be a pious pilgrimage, of course, pious pilgrimage. No, we're not going to Italy. It's not happening. Now, yes, okay, we could go to Cologne here, but no, it's going to be Canterbury. Canterbury is a beautiful place. So, as we mentioned, we don't need a caravan master. We certainly don't need to hire a mountaineer. I don't see any mountains in sight, sir, no. So there's no need. There's no danger whatsoever. It's only going to take us 45 days. Yes, this might be a quick pilgrimage. However, it is a reflection for our lost friends. Plus, we've still got plenty of things to do, guys. So, finding Edmund is one of the... Finding Edmund in some smelly little place is probably more important as well. We've got... yeah, we've got somebody else to defeat over there as well. We're coming for you, sir. So, we're going to go on our pilgrim. Now, Alfred's got his lovely little pilgrim stick here. He's got his little pilgrim uniform, his little hat on. He looks very, very majestic. So, with that, everything is all set. Yes, it's just going to be a nice, normal pilgrimage. We're not really too bothered about, yes, the roads are dangerous and the journey is long. Spiritual purity is one thing, but acting foolish, that is another. That's why we're going to Canterbury, sir. So, we're going to start our pilgrimage. Of course we are. Now, pilgrimage, a fresh start. All the while preparing for our journey, I have the sense of just being like enlightened and everything will be alright, of course. I'm pleased to embark on this pilgrimage to Kent in order to get even closer to God. Yes, to get even closer to God. And also, Alfred, to think about our dear lost friends, of course. We can't wait. So, Alfred is setting off. Like I say, it's not going to be a long journey. It's not going to be very fraught with danger or anything like that. Nice little pass through here. So, pilgrimage, safety in numbers. As we make our way through Surrey, we are approached by an Anglo-Saxon commoner claiming to be the leader of a group of Catholic pilgrims. Okay, it seems to be this gentleman. He seems to be begging for something. We're not 100% sure what. Good petty king, we have been on the road to Canterbury for weeks. My goodness, man, it is about you could literally crawl there in half a day. You really have got lost, sir. But the roads are too dangerous, and now we're short on provisions. My goodness, give this man a breadcrumb quickly. We would be forever grateful for your support. Of course, Alfred is a pious, generous man who loves his people. He loves all. You are all Alfred's children, of course. Look how kind and caring Alfred is looking upon you. So, the more the merrier. We could ask him to come with us. Have some coin for your troubles, sir. Well, we really would prefer... So, it's a chap called Bjornth here. You really do have a confusing name, sir. We're just going to call you Bjornth. So, he wants to come on a pilgrim with us. This doesn't seem to be a problem, sir. Please don't kill us in our sleep. So, we have picked up a fellow pilgrim and maybe one or two additional people on our travels. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed, they're not going to slaughter us in our sleep and steal our shoes. That should be fine. So, here we are. We've arrived at our pilgrim. So, this is absolutely wonderful. The pilgrims, obviously, of course, Bjornth here, who is with us, is extremely grateful and gives us a warm handshake and a blessing smile as he leaves. He has made it. He's arrived safe. That is absolutely wonderful. So we are finally here, body and soul, at the great Church of Canterbury. Of course, this looks beautiful. As the bishop offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that has happened for God and, of course, our lost, long fallen brothers. So this is absolutely wonderful. I have walked the holy path. Yes, you have, Alfred. You are so pious. So, Ethelwine, you look very cheeky, you majestic young man. This is very, very cheeky. So it would appear that Ethelwine here has come with us. He is, of course, our beloved son. He seems to have done something cheeky. We're going to have a quick check on what that is because we are slightly worried. So he is reflecting on some silent contemplation. He's obviously thinking about his fallen friends as well. This is very sweet. Of course it is. What a pious young man. We've taught you well, young man. It seems the Pope. Is the Pope here as well? Oh my goodness. So, yes, Pope, obviously we did spend the money. Yes, no, we had no Grand Tour Pope. Those were all horrible rumours spread by none other than Dumnath, of course. What an evil schemer. So, now you can go, child, I hear Sexbald mutter when I enter the church. The pilgrim bows before leaving, and I can see the priest's hand glistens of gold. Oh, okay. So his hand is glistening with gold. He must have some form of golden glove or something. That is very majestic, sir. Ah, dear petty king, do you also wish to absolve your sins? No, sir. Alfred is a pious man who has no sins. We don't need to be doing such things. Please. No, we don't really want to be doing that if we can help it. Would be useful for Ethel. I don't suppose Ethelwine is only young. I can't imagine. How can one buy the entrance to heaven? That is very intelligent thinking there, Alfred. However, you probably have the golden ticket to the Golden Gate, sir, as you are Alfred and you are God's favourite child, of course. So, let us have a quick look. Elf Siege here becomes our friend. Well, this seems very pleasing. This one also seems extremely pleasing. However, we are just and honest. What we're going to do is we're going to ask a few more bits of information. You are very cheeky, young man. You are very cheeky with your little face. Okay, excellent. So we've engaged in silent contemplation as well. We're all thinking about our beloved friends and thinking about baby Jesus and all those nice things that we like to think about, of course. So it does appear we have some more things here. So it does seem, yes, we're aware we've arrived. Wonderful. Everybody's having a lovely, thoughtful time. So as we listen to the morning prayers, Sexbald and I have lively discussed that quickly diverts into a religious matter. So we're having a discussion and it seems to have exploded into some form of religious piety matter of conversation here. So I would be foolish to say that having been made flesh means that Christ... Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you are very pious indeed, sir. We are not, however, so we're just gonna, yes, that is absolutely wonderful, yes, absolutely wonderful. Well said, friend. Now let's go for a walk. That sounds absolutely wonderful. I'm not 100% sure we want you to be our friend, as we don't really know you. However, you do seem to have quite a majestic beard, and you are the Bishop of Kent, so, Yes, okay, let's go for a walk, my friend. Let's go for a lovely walk around Kent. This seems absolutely wonderful. And we've made a new friend, of course. This seems absolutely wonderful. So, overcome with religious emotions, Alfred has broke down in tears thinking about his dear friends. Of course, Alfred, you don't seem very sad and crying, but deep inside, Alfred is sad and crying. You will have to imagine that, guys. Of course, it's a sad and emotional time for Alfred, and for you guys as well. Of course, you guys lost friends as well. We all did. So this is absolutely wonderful. So may I interest you in what? Hopefully not that, my dear. We are a very pious man. So during our pilgrimage to Kent, I can't help but return to the local market. Of course, Alfred loves the market. So he's after some wares. One stand in particular really catches his attention. Alfred, he's like a magpie. Something's caught his attention, and the merchant grins at him and proclaims, "I have the wares if my lord has the coin." Now, yes, Alfred does have a money bag by his side, and yes, it is weighing him down slightly. But does he really want to be spending it on some petty wares that this woman's probably made in her own backyard? We're not 100% sure. Let's have a little look. So, these exotic goods, yeah, profit back home, or maybe I could even save them as a gift. Well, what have we got? So we've got exotic wares here. So we could have some exotic wares. That doesn't really help us all that much. No, that doesn't really help us all that much, does it? No. Worldly possessions, how mundane. Yes, that is absolutely true, Alfred. You are so pious. So, Beoth not spent some time in solitary prayer. Of course you did, sir. All the best. Now, this is the young man who came with us to Canterbury. We found on the road begging for scraps, and he was obviously worried that he wasn't going to make it to Canterbury, even though we could see the cathedral from where we were meeting him. So, I don't know, maybe he just liked Alfred and wanted to follow us around. So as our time at the sacred site draws to an end, I'm slightly concerned that I did not get the chance to prove my devotion to God. Alfred, you do not need to prove anything, sir. You are majestic enough. This being the first pilgrimage, and while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I am more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. Yes, Alfred, hopefully we will be on more pilgrimages, and hopefully it may be even a little bit further than our own kingdom next time. Absolutely wonderful. We have gained quite a lot of piety there. Of course, Alfred is a pious man, as we know. We have gained the trait pilgrim, as well as a few other people. Now, this is excellent. And, yeah, this gives us monthly piety, which is absolutely perfect. And, of course, Alfred has cleansed his soul, and so have you guys. We've all cleansed our soul. Now, let's head back to Winchester and start planning our inevitable attack on you, sir. Yes, bring on the slaughter. We now have a clean soul. So that is absolutely wonderful. We're going to head back over there. It does appear our daughter has learnt the Gallic language as well. Of course, our beautiful wife is sending us letters even though we're on pilgrimage. What a majestic woman. So it does appear that it would appear that we've bumped into a very grave looking Edric. Now this is Edric the Builder. I don't know how we've bumped into him. Perhaps he came on pilgrimage with us. Let's just go with it. So he is our armourer, hoping that it doesn't bring ill news of the splendid mail that should soon be ready. Yes, hopefully. We are really looking forward to this. So there seems to be a problem. Nothing major though. He's lost some ideas and obviously the pressure is mounting. He laughs nervously. Okay, so I could give you some inspiration, young man. So I know what it needs. What does it need? Well, real inspiration comes from the heart. To the armoury, I say, sir. Let's go to the armoury as soon as we get back to Winchester. Okay. We're in Winchester. Let's just pretend we're in Winchester. So out with the old, in with the new. So Edric and I are ushered into my extensive armoury where I point out some of my favourite items. Alfred does have a lot of favourite items. So hinting at their stories. So yes, okay, we're going round and Alfred's pointing at everything shiny and giving a nice little background, and this guy's thinking, oh my god, look, just point at something, Alfred, and we'll take it. So there's nothing really that stands out there, unfortunately. So we say there must be some junk lying around, but it's probably just going to be a complete waste of time. So we're just going to say, yes, well, that was a waste of time. So we're going to carry on our walk back to Winchester. You do look majestic, Alfred, even in your robes. So we've returned back. So the journey's been a long one. Not that long, it was only Canterbury. But I have finally come home again. Yes, you have, Alfred. Great to have you back. While such remains the same, of course, nothing changes while you've been gone, sir. Something has changed in how our priests and bishops treat me. Of course, they treat you with love and absolute majestic. So I have undergone the journey of a holy man. Yes, you have, sir. It's good to be home. Wonderful, Alfred. I hope you feel better with yourself, sir. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow travellers, we are going to plan our attack on, of course, Dumnarth as soon as it's been 15 months. So, this sounds absolutely wonderful. So, we are in Winchester. We're in Winchester and we're just having a little walk around. We're feeling very pious, of course. We've just been on our pilgrimage. We feel so pious. Now, we get back to our study desk and we realise there's a note on the desk. So this looks lovely. We open it up and it seems to be from the King of West Francia. Of course, the King of France. Okay, so he's organising a grand tournament in St. Denis. This sounds wonderful. We will start with board games. Board games? A chance to show your skill with board games? Well, that sounds absolutely wonderful, sir. However, we do have more important things to do than come and play some checkers with you, young man. So, no, we won't be joining that. I'm sorry, guys, but that sounds absolutely boring. We have more important things to do. Now, of course, Alfred is looking around at things and he's thinking, all right, what is the goal here? What is the goal? Well, we all know what the goal is. The goal is to create England. Of course it is. Of course it is. Now, creating England, everyone, means that we've only got, oh, look at this, 2 more counties. Well, that sounds absolutely wonderful. Of course, Alfred wants to create, of course, England. That's the whole point, guys. We need England. You, Alfred, my majestic sir, need to be King of England. Of course you do. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to wait for our truce to end. While we do that, we're going to quickly search for our good friend Edmund and see if he doesn't want his kingdom back. So while we do that, you guys feel free to go and just be pious around, obviously, Winchester, and go and tell everybody about your beautiful time on pilgrimage. However, quickly, just to let you know, my wife, our beautiful wife, has approached us as we're sitting by the window. I've noticed you've been here since what happened. Okay, what has happened? She doesn't say, but I know she's referring to my brother. Of course, Alfred, all the stress and pressure has obviously built up. Perhaps you need somebody to talk to. That sounds lovely, my dear. I mean, how lovely and sweet is Elswith? I said to you guys, if you remember, I said she's the most sweet, caring lady. And look at that, she truly is. Yes, we've had a long time with our brother and stuff like that, and it's just, oh, bless her little heart. She's so sweet. Doesn't it bring a tear to your eyes, eh? What a Alfred, you're so lucky. So, my vassal, so Reeva's come over to me. Well met, my liege. Well met with what, sir? I've heard about your... Yes, we are building armour for Edric. That is wonderful. Please take this and give it to him. I wouldn't want to miss the chance to aid in the creation of a masterpiece. Wonderful. What are you giving us, sir? Some money? My goodness, young man. You are more than welcome. Thank you. We will take your money. That is wonderful. Oh, everybody loves Alfred. I told you, everybody loves Alfred. Wessex is such a majestic place. We love it. Okay, so what we're going to do is, of course, like we mentioned, we're going to go and try and see if we can't find Edmund. You guys have a little walk around and make sure you have some fun. We'll catch you back in a moment, guys. Welcome back, fellow travellers. We happen to have some notification on where our dear friend Edmund's got to. Of course, here he is. Mr. Edmund, so he's decided he doesn't like France anymore and he's gone wandering all the way down to Sicily by the look in Italy. So that is absolutely wonderful. It does seem he's doing really well. However, we can't actually interact with him. So So, very well, Edmund. You don't get your kingdom back, sir. That is awful for you. What we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at who we can give this. Obviously, it would be nice to keep it, but we actually have enough on our plate as it is. So it would, of course, be pleasant to hand this out. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, we could hand it out to Ethelwine, our young son. No, you see, if we hand it out to Ethelwine, then he will be in charge of his own fate. And if we leave him in charge of his own fate, he's going to make stupid decisions, and before you know it, we've got a one-legged son who's useless at everything. So no, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep hold of him and make sure that he's a good little boy. So with that being said, let's have a little look who we can actually grant this to. Now, this is a lovely place, this really is, and we probably want to be handing 2 of the earldoms out to somebody, because of course we don't want 3 earls, of course not. We just want 1 powerful earl, and they can have another earl. That seems absolutely pleasant. So who have we got here? Well, we obviously want some Anglo-Saxon. We do want somebody who is good at stewardship, of course. So let's have a little search for stewardship. Now, yes, you seem very promising. Now, this young man here, I do believe we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. You are extremely, yes, you, sir. We don't even need to even think about this. Yes, you seem perfect. You are perfect, sir. So, we have got a chap called Endrith here with us in Winchester. Now, we've called for him. We've gone over. Endrith, my friend, how are you doing? Yes, we're doing absolutely excellent. You seem like a very intelligent man, sir. Why, yes, I am, and you too, sir. Why, you have noticed. Absolutely excellent. You seem like a very trusting, honest man, as well as being diligent. Just the sort of person we're looking for to look after Norfolk and Suffolk. What do you say to that? I think that is absolutely amazing. Of course you do, young man. You get the chance to prove yourself. There you go, sir. All the best. Now, what we're going to do now is we're just going to hand out Cambridge here to somebody who isn't going to cause too much problems. We probably want somebody who's quite content so they don't start causing problems for our new Earl over there. Now, this guy seems fairly decent. He is content and he's diligent. So this guy seems absolutely perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to grant that to you, sir. Absolutely perfect. Now, what the plan here is, of course, as soon as we create England, which isn't too far away, it's not too far away, fellow travellers, it really isn't. We're going to obviously create a petty kingdom here, and we're going to give it to this young man. And then once we've given it to this young man, we'll grant this vassal to him, and he can be in charge of East Anglia, of course. And we'll do the same for other places as well. But first, we do need to get sorted with getting our kingdom. Now, while we still wait, yes, we still have our truce with Dumnarth. God, we hate you, Dumnarth. We really do, sir. We don't have an alliance with this guy. We have nothing with this guy. Hang on a minute, everybody. Just hold the phone. So, it does appear that Lindsay is currently run by a 6-year-old schoolboy with 188 men. Now, I'm pretty sure Mercia, although you guys don't have beards and you're probably not as strong as us in Wessex, you probably are not going to have too much trouble defeating this young man. However, you may do, so we will defeat him for you. Now, we're not 100% sure. Yes, he's got 2,000 men and he's going to come to his aid. So, yes, that's probably the case there. You do have an alliance as well. That's 3,000 men. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we are just going to go straight in for it. And we are going to declare, it does look like we have a truce with you. Oh my goodness, that is an absolute crying shame. Yes, we do have a truce. What a nightmare. Okay, fellow travellers. What we're going to do is we're going to call it there for the day. We're going to head back to Winchester and we're going to get nice and comfy in our lovely chair by the fire. We're going to talk to Elswith and tell how beautiful she is and how much we love her. And obviously speak with our son, who is a pious young man now. And just reflect on the day. That is our plan. Now, don't forget, when we come back tomorrow, we're going to have Cornwall. We're going to be fighting, obviously, Dumnarth. God, we hate you. We really do. And we're also going to be fighting the mighty 6-year-old boy, Rhubarb. We're going to call you Rhubarb, sir. We're going to be fighting the mighty Rhubarb. with his 188 men. He also has a pet cat which we plan to destroy. Yes sir, we plan to destroy your pet cat as well. Wonderful. Join us back next time. We will see you then, guys.